Well, hello everybody! Welcome back to G Bear's Off-Grid Ways, a homestead in the desert, January 31st, 2020. Yep, last day of January, already starting the second month of the year. Imagine that. That's like we're already done with 1/12 of this year. Wow. Anyway, we're here inside. I'm just going to start here. Um, because it's been a couple of days. My early girls are pretty tall, and finally the other early girl finally just sprouted. You can see it right there. And then the lettuce, the Simpson lettuce here, those really tall ones, they usually die off, but I've got to thin those out. The Nevada lettuce never sprouted, but the salad cukes, I've got 5 plants coming up now, and my cantaloupes, I've got 3 plants coming up. And then over here, my garden bean, I got 1 plant coming up. But look at this pear tree. It's got some nice buds on the ends of the stems here. Oh, let me get back and focus a little. There we are. Yeah, it's got some really nice buds, and the grapevine is. I gotta watch that one. That might attack me while I'm sleeping. But the corn, everything is looking good over here. These are some of the prunings that I took off that pear tree, and I've been keeping them in water here, and they are sprouting just like the tree is. So I'm thinking that I might take these over to the garden house sometime this weekend or early part of next week, and I'm going to graft those onto my Bosch pear tree and see if I can't get a pear tree that grows 2 types of pears. These are the Kiefers, and the Kiefer pear comes out earlier than the Bosch. So if I can get them both growing on the same tree, then I'll have Kiefer pears come out first, and just about the time that they're all done with harvest, then the Bosch pears will be ready for starting to eat. So I remember somebody back on the East Coast had plant trees like that, so I'm going to try doing that myself. Anyway, these big tomato plants back here, they're doing great. They're ready to get moved over into larger pots already. And the strawberries are ready. These sweet peas, or the sugar peas, they're ready to go out to the garden. So I've got to get some more soil and get those things in over there and see what I'm going to do. Now the Concord grape, everything is nice and flexible, and there's some little tiny buds starting to show up on the ends of these stems right there and right there. So I think that one's finally gained root. There's another bud right there. So that one's taken root, so I'll be fine with that. I'm not too happy about this raspberry. We'll have to see what happens. I'll give it a little while longer and see if I get any sprouts coming off it, but there's no activity on that thing at all. I've had a couple other from these Vigoros when I bought raspberry before. They never took. So they just sell you a dead stick in the wood and see if anybody's going to return them or not. I will. I keep my receipts. I'll return it. All right. So I got that taken care of. A very nice young lady gave me a gift. This is a gentleman's tool. It's got 12-in-1 stainless steel. And this is it right here. And it's pretty cool. It's even got a zester here for zesting. And in the center, the fork, when you open up the fork, this thing separates into 2 separate tools. So you can have your fork and your knife, or your fork, your knife, and your spoon, all on one tool. There's the spoon right there. And then on the other side, you'll have like can openers, bottle openers, special design tools for making fancy table trimmings and things like that. So pretty cool of her, and nice of her to give me that. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but it's a gift, so I've got it. All right. So I also have one of my followers going to be giving me a bunch of trees, and the majority of them are all fruit trees. So I'm going to see if I can't make contact with them and get out there to do that tomorrow. And or maybe tomorrow and the next day, because from the pictures they sent me, there's a lot of trees, and I'm probably going to be able to get 12 at a time, or maybe 16 at a time on this trailer, and I have to go from there and see what I can do about that. And I'm going to have the trailer all hooked up tonight just in case I hear back from them and they're ready to go. Everything in the garden house is doing just fine. Like I said, I got to get the rest of my soil in there, so that's going to be a priority so I can get my garden in, because some signs of spring. The other day I saw a monarch butterfly right by the garden house flying north. So when monarchs come north out of Mexico, that means that the weather is turning good to the north, so they're heading that way. And a few scouts are out making sure everything's okay. That's what I saw. Today, I saw a couple of lizards, 3 of them to be exact so far. So the lizards are out of hibernation too. So that means spring is in the air, and every sight and every sound. All right, so here we are. Sad note, the sick hen died last night, and had to take her away this morning. But on a good note, the girls left me 3 eggs. So I had 3 eggs this morning, 3 fresh eggs out of the coop, and perfect eggs at that. So they're doing pretty well. We'll see how that goes, and I'll let them out to free range when I'm not going out to pick up trees and things like that. They can come out of there and have some fun, because there's a lot of greenery all the way around these bushes out here, and things are growing here in the desert. Things are getting green, and some of their favorite edibles are popping up under all the bushes, so I'll let them out and get some of that stuff. All right, other than that, beautiful day today, sunshiny, warm, no wind, just a light, mild breeze. Just nice as can be. And I've already reconnected my garden hoses on the outside here, so that I've got water for the chickens without having to carry it from across the compound. And we're going to have some fun. All right, everybody. This is G Bear reminding you, don't forget, give me a thumbs up down there if you haven't already. And I will be doing a video on the trees when those start coming in. And I'll also have a planned video, because I've been dealing with my internet connection problem here. And I've got some very important people on the line from my supplier. And they are doing everything they can right now to try to get things remedied and get top speeds out here. And I also had them, what they're going to do for me, they're going to do for my neighbor up the road, who also has the same problem, and see if we can't get us both fixed up out here. All right, everybody, that's it. G Bear signing off.